June 27th, 1999. A young skater steps onto the vert ramp. He's poised, he's sweating, but he's focused. He drops into the slick wooden ramp and he builds up speed and momentum. Going up and down the ramp twice, he then jumps, grabs his board, and he starts spinning. He spins 2.5 times and then comes to a crash landing. Hundreds of people watching, thousands on TV. He dusts himself off, he goes back up again. The crowd cheering him on as he walks back up the ramp. He drops back in, rocks up, back and forth, and then spinning again, he comes to a crash landing. There's a sigh that you can feel the air come out of the crowd. This is the second attempt. He's frustrated, but he goes back up the ramp, takes a breath, and goes for it again, only to crash one more time. 8,000 people in the crowd screaming his name, only for him to fail again. He failed the 4th attempt, the 5th attempt, the 6th, and the 7th. Visibly frustrated, he keeps climbing back up for his 8th and 9th attempt. He crashes and misses the landing both times. Imagine this for yourself, attempting something in your sport with hundreds, even thousands of people watching, and you fail 9 times, and you still try to get up and do it again. Wouldn't you lose confidence? Not Tony. On his 10th attempt, he made skateboard world history with the first 900 ever landed on recorded record. The crowd exploded. His peers rushed to him in celebration. What most people don't know is that Tony Hawk had tried the 900 back in 1986. That was almost 13 years prior, and now he finally landed the trick. So what gave him that confidence to do this 13 years later? And how did he maintain his confidence after falling 9 times in front of so many people? Well, today we're going to talk about how to gain your sense of confidence before and during a competition. In addition to that, let's break down the Tony Hawk example and give more details on how to increase confidence and increase outcomes even when you're failing on the outside. Inside each of us is a level of confidence when approaching a performance. Oftentimes we measure our ability to do that task based on previous times we did that task. Remembering the outcome of that task increases or decreases our confidence. Now remember, we call that self-efficacy, which is our confidence or our certainty in our ability to complete a task. When we approach a task with confidence, but we fail, that can impact our confidence. For example, Tony Hawk could have crashed 3 times and said, wow, my confidence is low, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make it on this next one. Another example could be a task of lifting a certain weight or performing a specific movement in the gym. You have a couple attempts, but you start to doubt yourself. And that doubt, as it creeps in, can be a total confidence killer. So why didn't Tony start to doubt himself? After all, he's been trying the trick for 13 years. Wouldn't you say that would erode your confidence? In one of the interviews, he said, the first 5 to 6 times, I was just trying to see if I could get the spin down. I didn't have any intention of even making it. We start to see his internal dialogue now. His confidence isn't going down, it's actually going up. Isn't that wild? From the outside, we see failure after failure, but what we don't see is 13 years of work going into this. Persistence and determination. Tony had an unshakable belief in himself. He knew that he could change his abilities through hard work. And he had about 13 years of evidence that he could do it. If he was focused on the small victories, inching closer and closer, he could change his mindset to focus on the process and not the ultimate outcome. This process focus allowed him to change his confidence, and instead of his confidence going down, it actually went up after every single attempt. He saw these small victories in seeing his speed and seeing little things that he could do, and he started to see more clearly now than ever that he could do this. Every attempt snowballed into more and more confidence rather than him getting frustrated and quitting. As we assess our confidence, we start measuring our beliefs and our focus. Are we focused on the outcome or are we focused on the process? If we focus on the process, then we're more likely to allow ourselves to maintain our confidence. This belief in ourselves, we can take and measure internally. We could do this. As a matter of fact, I want you to do it now. Assess yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 and ask yourself before practice or before a game, how confident are you in the process, not the outcome? This shift is what makes athletes go from good to great. Chances are you'll be a lot more confident in the process than the outcome. For example, if you're playing basketball, the process of passing the ball, you're probably confident in. Setting screens, guarding the opponent, all of this comes with different levels of confidence. But again, chances are you can find more confidence in your abilities to execute the process rather than winning the tournament. While this is a great goal, and hopefully you can keep this confidence in mind, let's slow down a little bit. Because when we make things more simple, we can measure and maintain our confidence, which is going to give us greater power over what we can do, and we can do and attempt the things that nobody's been able to do before, just like Tony. Well, that's it for today's video. Tomorrow, what we're gonna do is you're gonna find a confidence assessment or reflection where we can exercise our awareness towards task-specific confidence, focusing on the process to build the small victories and ultimately gain confidence.